What's up guys, Daymeter 1, 2, and 2, and today I got a discussion video for you. Something I've been meaning to talk about for a little while, and I want to call it like the Twilight of the Battle Trap. Now, with the recent-ish release of Twin Twister and existing cards like Mystical Space Typhoon still in the game, it would seem that there's quite a bit of spell trap destruction, and battle traps would lend themselves being particularly bad and wouldn't see very much play. However, with the recent top of Necro's Kaijus, I think we can talk about this a little bit, because I do believe that in his side deck he was running Drowning Mirror Force at, what was it, 2? And his logic for that move was, in a deck that doesn't play a lot of traps, siding in a couple of battle traps is fine, because most people are probably siding out their Twin Twisters for game 2 if they are even maining it. Now, the reason why I want to bring this up is because the other day I was thinking to myself, could you, in theory, make a side deck that is completely nothing but Mirror Force cards? Now, you might say, well, that's kind of dumb, but is it? The problem with Mirror Force specifically, as well as other battle traps to a lesser extent, is Mirror Force's place in the meta is a lot like Mirror Force's place in an actual game. Every once in a while, it'll come up out of nowhere, surprise, motherfucker, and it's annoying. And that's kind of how, like I said, it is in the meta. Every once in a while, Mirror Force will pop up, or one of its variants, and people will be like, oh my god, battle traps are good again, and then everyone will start signing in or maining Twin Twisters and MSTs, and then people are like, oh, it's bad now. And then they'll start citing out the spell trap hate, and then, lo and behold, someone will get you with Mirror Force again, and it'll top another regional. So it's like, there's almost like a sinusoidal relationship with the meta and Mirror Force, and it's kind of interesting. But, right now, could you make a side deck out of nothing but Mirror Force? Yes? Obviously, there's better floodgates and stun cards and other things that'll work specifically against certain decks. Like, Mask of Restrict is really good against Monarchs because they can't tribute summon, and that's the whole point of their deck. However, having all their stuff spun back to the deck or put back in the hand by drowning or storming Mirror Force, it could be equally as debilitating to that deck. And same goes for Cosmos. Destroying Dark Destroyer with Mirror Force won't net you very much advantage, but spinning it back to the deck, or maybe even putting it back in the hand, is still a decent move against it, because it won't trip its effect. Hell, even putting it face down with Quaking Mirror Force isn't totally stupid, because again, it renders it useless. If your deck does not play tons of traps and doesn't mind going first, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a side deck of Mirror Force cards, because they all have different functions, and there is enough of them, and they're all relatively cheap enough to be viable side deck options for something like Necros. And even in a deck that doesn't like to go first, like Kaijus or something rogue, it's not that big of a deal either, because let's say you won game 1, your opponent's going to make you go first, because a lot of times Kaijus can get game 1, because like Monarchs like going first-ish, and Cosmos definitely want to go first, so they can Tin Can and Fire King Island and Sword Trooper and Strawman and Dark Destroyer and Destroy and another Cosmo Town. So they definitely want to go first as well. So Kaijus, for instance, can probably get game 1 because there's that surprise factor with them, and a lot of people don't quite know how to play against them very well. But game 2 is very hard for Kaiju because your opponent's going to make you go first and you pretty much have to do nothing and pass. So could conceivably side in a bunch of Mirror Forces. And think about it. I don't think a lot of people are going to side in Twin Twister against Kaijus, because what are they going to do? Try to destroy Waterfront and have it detach a counter? And plus, you know, there is something very satisfying about flipping a Mirror Force during their battle phase. Because during their main phase 1, they're all playing all this goofy stuff and you're not doing anything. They're like, oh, it must be a bluff. Attack, Mirror Force. Alright guys, this is just something I've been thinking about, so let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And remember guys, if you don't troll the meta, who will? I'll see you guys next time. It turns out that filming in the new apartment is actually kind of a pain in the dick, so I might have some more shorthand videos for you for the time being until I can kind of get a better setup.